guys, Dave here from JDH Reptiles. I typically put together a Tinley video, and this year I haven't done that. Excuse me. Let me start off first by saying I apologize. I'm a little behind on this, but I'm going to explain here really why there's no Tinley video, and well, let's just jump into it. So, first off, Tinley purchases for us started before Tinley. Typically, we'll go most of the year without purchasing any animals unless we see something we know we need to have for a project and it just happens to become available, or we're searching for it and we see something we got to have. Typically, we don't do a lot of purchases between the end of Tinley from the previous year up until Tinley of that year. So for that, like 10 to 12 months, we don't buy a lot. And that really wasn't any different this year. I think we made 2, maybe 3 other purchases before Tinley, before in this year. Other than that, we really didn't buy anything because we had a lot of clutches to drop this year. We needed to see where those projects were going to go, where we hit, where we missed, and what we need to do for our plans in the future. So before Tinley happened, there were a few things we purchased. The first one, and I'm pretty sure I know I did an unboxing on this, and that was the lesser tri-stripe male that we purchased. As you know, we work tri-stripe, we work albino tri-stripe stuff, and this was a way of us taking that project, not only adding another gene, but trying to work it outside of the albino side of it. So that was a purchase we made a few weeks to a month before Tinley. But that's still, in my opinion, still considered our Tinley purchases because we would have been looking for that to add to our projects at Tinley. So before Tinley hit, like right before, I think the week before, we decided it was time that we're going to dive into our next project, something that I've been interested in for multiple years and just never jumped into it. So I'm excited to say that we are part of the Monarch project now. Why Monarch instead of Ultramel? It was my choice. I've seen the two side by side. I prefer the Monarch. I think it's a little darker. I like it a little bit better. They are different animals. They're different genes, and I believe that we have found out already that they're on different alleles, I believe. So the genetic testing that's being done by RGI, I believe they've already started to dive into this, and they have come to a conclusion they are different. We're just waiting to get some more sheds to test this theory and make sure 100%. But it seems like it's conclusive that they are different genes. Ultramel and Monarch are not the same. If you put them together, you would make double hets. So we chose Monarch. I prefer it, and that's the way we went. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the camera down, and I'm going to show you the animals we've picked up for the project, and I'll let you know what we got before Tinley and what we actually got at Tinley Park. And we actually got a couple after Tinley as well. So we dove really deep into this project. If you know anything about it, it's not an inexpensive project. You definitely got some value, not only value for the animals, but of course the project itself costs some money. So we've dove in really heavy, and it's definitely was our budget, not our budget, but I guess I'd say it was definitely our large purchase of the year was to pull into this project. So I'm just hoping we can actually do something with it this season. Let's just jump into the animals and I'll explain. Alright guys, so the first one here, unfortunately this guy is going in the shed. He is super stunning. This is we'll say single gene. It is a visual recessive, the Monarch. No other genes in it, just a Monarch male. We picked this up from Miri at MSB Reptiles. She's got amazing stuff. And when I saw this one, I said, well, now's the best time. I've talked to her about it over the last couple of years, and I've just never pulled the plug to do it. And I paid more buying it this year than I would have if I purchased last year, but I'm still stoked to be in it. I'm glad we did it. So this again is a male monarch, and he's going to be quintessential for this project. He's already 6 months old. He's still a little small. He needs to get some more weight on him still, but I'm hoping in the next couple months we can get him in the rotation with some of these girls and move this project forward this season. So beautiful, stunning male. Alright, so I am going to have to jump around in this, but I wanted to continue with Miri's purchases from Miri. This girl's also in shed. This is a super pastel genetic stripe 100% het monarch female. The great part is she's already been paired once this year to a monarch genetic stripe. So, I mean, I still got to back her up. We still need to get more locks. I'm hoping this male that we've got will get up to size here in the next month or two, and we can start putting them together, which means most likely we won't make any genetic stripe monarchs unless the one male who is locked with her this season, you know, sires the clutch. But everything would be 100% het genetic stripe anyways, which would be great. And we'll make monarchs and 100% het monarch. So we still have a lot of potential to take this project a lot further, even if we don't hit the double visual this coming year. This is still a great way to go with this project. I'm excited for genetic stripe monarchs, and I'm just super stoked we were able to get her as well. We did pay a premium to get her, but she did do me solid on the package deal, so I can't complain. So again, super pastel, genetic stripe, 100% het monarch. Alright, so before we get into this one here, I'm going to say those two purchases from Miri, we actually purchased those before Tinley. They arrived after Tinley. I believe they arrived after Tinley. Yes, they did. But we purchased them before Tinley. From here on out, everything I'm showing you, we purchased either at Tinley Park or directly afterwards. The rest of these animals all come from Troy at Best Dressed Balls. So this one here, it's really funny with this one here. So this one we actually won at the auction at Tinley Park. And if I remember correctly, the tub it was in was marked Pastel Yellow Belly Het Monarch. And I could have swore it said it was a male. I'm almost positive it said it's a male. I have tried to pop this thing a half dozen times. I swear this is a female. So I'm going to continue growing this up as a female. Every couple 100 grams or so, I will pop and make sure that it's not a male. But I believe this to be a pastel yellow belly het monarch female, which is awesome because it's going to give us another female down the road to put into this project and add more genes to the project. So super excited, glad we got her, glad we were able to support US Arc by picking her up at the auction. It's just overall is a great thing. So we're super stoked. Pastel yellow belly het monarch, and like I said, I believe this to be a female. So that's one we picked up at the Tinley Park auction. All right, this next one here is a male. We also picked this up from Troy. We actually got two pairs from him. The pairs were het males and het females, but I'm going to go through all of them individually here. So this is a 100% het monarch male, 66% pas het genetic stripe. So I don't think we're going to keep him. I do believe he will be for sale. I don't plan to keep any of these het males. So if you're interested in any of them, give me a shout. I can get you a price and we can get them shipped out to you. They're all eating here. They were, I mean, all these animals have obviously fed before I got them, but since they've been here, they've had multiple meals. So they are ready to go. We were kind of on a fence whether we were going to keep one of these or not, and I think we're going to just let these, I got 2 of them. I think we're going to let both these males go. So just give me a shout if you're interested. You can see how dark this animal is. Very nice het. Again, this is 100% het monarch. 66% pos het for genetic stripe. So there's one of them. And here's number 2. Now again, we bought these as a male-female pair, but I want to show you the males off the bat. This one we're going to let go as well. This is the same thing. This is a 100% het monarch, 66% pos het for genetic stripe. And it's a male, beautiful coloration, great het influence. So if you're interested, we got 2 of them. Send me a message. I'd like to think that eventually we're going to have genetic testing for genetic stripe through RGI. When that comes available, this is definitely one of those animals that's worth the $65 investment to take their shed and send it in and see whether or not they prove to be het for genetic stripe. Because if they do, not only will your purchase be worth tenfold, because they're going to be pretty inexpensive, but if you want to work that project, you're already a shoe-in with a male. So definitely a great way to look at it. Small investment for the shed test, but huge investment to get an answer so you don't waste valuable years on a project that won't be, or you can bump it into a project that can be. All right, now we're going to move on to the females. So this one here is a black pastel, 100% het monarch, 66% pos het for genetic stripe. So really nice looking animal. Really happy to have this one. This one will stay. We will definitely hold this girl back, grow her up, because she's going to be huge in helping us have more females to get the monarch into more genes. Definitely super stoked to have her. She's already pounding food, no problem for us. And you know, a year and a half or so, we'll have her out here with seeing some of these monarch males and moving this into the project a little further. So again, this is a black pastel het monarch, pos het genetic stripe, female. Alright, now we have this one. Now remember, all these were from Troy at Best Dressed Balls. I bought them as a pair. So the male het monarch, pos het G-stripe to one of these females. This is the other female, which will be staying here. This is a Coral Glow or Banana, whatever you want to call it. Coral Glow pastel, black pastel, het monarch, pos het genetic stripe. And it's a female. She will be staying here. So this is really sweet. I can't wait to see what this looks like with monarch and where we could take this project from here. This is going to be amazing in a year and a half to see this girl grow. So definitely stoked, super excited, looking forward to it, and we're glad we were able to pick these up. Alright guys, so after we returned from Tinley, we had talked to Troy a bit while we were there, and we ended up picking up 2 more females from him that he shipped in to us. I'm going to go ahead and show them to you now. They are breeders. So super stoked. We're going to have now 3 breeder het monarchs for this year. Like I said, if we can get this boy ready to go, we should have a pretty decent year for producing monarchs this season. So I'm going to lower the camera back down and I'm going to show you these females. One of them is absolutely massive. Hope you enjoy this. Hi, so the first one here, she's a pretty big girl. This is a 100% het monarch female, proven, so we know, proven breeder, and she's produced monarchs. So this girl is big. I bet she's got to be 2,800 grams, maybe a little larger than that. I really like how this pattern here all chains together. I don't know if that's something to do with Monarch or not, or just a cool pattern in general. But she's big. She's going to be ready to go here in a few months. Super excited for this girl. So hoping again that male we can get him going and get all these girls on some eggs. So I'm going to show you one more that we picked up from him, and this next girl is even larger. Alright guys, and here she is. I believe this girl is close to 4,000 grams. She's massive. Beautiful sheen on her. Love the iridescence, love the color. Just a beautiful large girl, and one of few of the females that we have here who I actually have in a 70 because I feel she needs to be in a 70 series tub. I did put her in a 55 originally, and after about 5 minutes I'm like, there ain't no way she can stay in there. She needs a 70. So we moved her into one of those. But she is massive, and it's funny, I ultrasound her. She already has, if I remember, here 13 or 15 millimeter follicles. So in the next month to 6 weeks at the most, I really like to get a lock or two with her. So I'm hoping this male will be ready to go soon. Like I said, he is over 6 months old now, so age-wise he's ready to go. I would just love to get another 100 grams or more on him before we attempt to get him breeding. So we'll see what happens. We don't power feed here. We're not going to try and rush him by power feeding him. We're just going to see if he can gain some weight here and get ready to see some of these girls. But this girl is just massive. I was so surprised when she came out of the box. Blew my mind. I couldn't believe just how large she was. So here is the other 100% het monarch, proven, not only a proven breeder, but proven to produce monarchs. And she is also in our arsenal. And she is a monster. Alright guys, so that's the video. That's kind of our Tinley show. Jamie did pick up a couple Western Hognoses to add some genetics to her projects. Hoping maybe this season we can actually breed one or two of those females and move that project finally into the making. But we'll see there. But that's what we did for Tinley. No other pickups. We didn't buy anything else. We considered getting a male clown het DG or DG het clown. We didn't. I don't know what we're going to do yet with that. We have some stuff here already, so I think we're just going to kind of work with what we have and try and piece some of that together. But yeah, it was fun. We enjoy going to Tinley. We do it every October. I think I'm going to try and vend for either March or next October. We'll see. I am on the wait list. I have submitted my approval sheets, just waiting to get confirmation back on what day, what show we'll be eligible to vend at. So, of course, once we figure that out, I'll let you guys know, because we'll bring what we have. We'll get you guys some beautiful animals, and you'll get to see us at a booth at Tinley Park for the first time. So, that's it, guys. Appreciate your support, as always. Thanks for swinging by. Thanks for spending your time with us. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of long, but I wanted to show you the entire project and what we picked up. This is more like a project, incoming project video than a Tinley video, but they did go hand in hand, and that's really all we picked up at Tinley besides a cold. So thanks again, guys. We appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Any questions at any time, you can leave those down below. You can email me, find me on Facebook or Instagram, and of course the links down below to our Morph Market page and our Patreon. Don't forget to stop by and check those out. We have a handful of animals still ready to go, so if you're interested, send me a message. We got like 3.5 weeks left of shipping, which comes down to about 6 or 7 days worth of shipping available. So don't wait. If you want to get something, time is run out if you want it this year. Otherwise, we'll be doing extended payment plans on some animals until next year, because we won't be able to ship again until most likely anywhere between February and March of 2023. So thanks again, guys. We appreciate it. Have a great one, and we'll see you on the next video.